Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. Nice to be back and see you today. I did donuts a couple months back and I got so many requests for donuts. So I do a blueberry donut from scratch, and I'm going to show you how I do it this morning, okay? I'm going to start it with my dry ingredients. My dry ingredients, I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Put that in there. Then I have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I'm going to put that in there. I have about a teaspoon of salt. Put my salt in there. I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to mix these all together. Get them sort of mixed all together here. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside for a second. I'm going to take a smaller bowl, and I've got 1 egg. I'll put the 1 egg in the bowl, and just going to mix it a little bit. Okay, to that I've got 1 cup of yogurt. Now, I mean a 1/2 cup, I'm sorry, a 1/2 cup of yogurt. You can use a 1/2 cup of yogurt, or you can use a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, either one. It depends on which one you want to do. I decided to go with the yogurt. I usually do buttermilk, but I have to make my own buttermilk, and I didn't feel like doing it today, to be honest with you. So I've got a 1/2 cup of yogurt, just plain yogurt. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Okay. Then I'm going to mix those up a little bit. Get those all good mixed up. All right, now we'll bring back my dry ingredients, and I'm going to add my wet ingredients to it. I think the last one I brought to y'all was made from a cake mix, and my goodness, not just people in the States, people from Europe and everywhere wrote me about more donuts, more donuts, more donuts. So I thought, well, this would be a good time to do my blueberry donuts. All right, I'm gonna mix this right now. About this time, I told y'all once before, I get these at Walmart. They're freeze-dried blueberries. Each bag is a 1/2 cup. But if you wanted to use frozen blueberries, you could use frozen blueberries, but you don't want to thaw them first, just use them frozen. But I like using these because I can keep these forever. So when I see them in the store, I use about 10, 12 packs of them. So I've got 1 cup of blueberries that I'm going to pour into my mixture right here. I'll mix these all around. All right, let me get this good and mixed up, and I'll be right back with you. I'm getting all these sides scraped down. And I've got it pretty well incorporated. So what I'm going to do now, scrape off the spoon. And I'm going to lay my... Okay, I've got my donut pans right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray these. And I actually have 3 pans. I don't know how many I will need. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start taking my my blueberry mix out. And when I did the chocolate one, it was great because I could just pipe that in there, but I can't pipe this one in there unless I had a awfully big open because of the blueberries. So what I have to do I have to do this by hand. So, but that's fine. The flavor and the taste of them is well worth it once they come out the oven. And remember, they don't have to be perfect because these are going to fill in, okay? You don't want to fill them all the way to the top, about like that. So let me do one more here. Remember I told you all the stories about the blueberries, and several of my friends back home commented on Facebook about, yeah, they remember the chiggers and the ticks and everything, and they said that they had never thought about that maybe I was right. The parents sent us out to do the dirty work. So But I've got a wonderful icing I'm going to put on these. Like I said, you just want to go back and just press them down a little bit, but you don't want to fill them all the way. I'll do one more with you, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill all these up, and I'll come back to you. But let's do one more together. I love blueberry donuts, and I'm going to put a glaze on these. Now, you don't have to. Some people just like just the cakiness of the blueberry, and you can do that if you want to. And I might do half and half. I might put a glaze on half of them, and the other half I'll leave plain. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fill my donut pans as much as I can, and I'll come back and we'll see how many trays we have. Okay, I actually got 10 donuts out of that mixture. So I'm gonna put these in my oven. My oven's been preheating at 350 degrees, and I'm gonna bake these for about 20 or 25 minutes. And when they're done, I'll come back to you and we'll talk about putting half of them with glaze and half of them plain. So I'll see you in about 20, 25 minutes. Our blueberry donuts have cooled down, and now I'm gonna ice them. So what I did, I took a cup of confectionery sugar, I took a teaspoon of vanilla, and then I put milk, like a half a teaspoon at a time, till I got it to condense consistency I want. I don't want it real thin, so that's why I put it in here so I can dunk the top of them in here. So as you can see, our donuts are here. As you know, I don't like cleanup. I spend so much time in the kitchen, so I put my my pan right here of some parchment paper, so for very easy cleanup. So I'm going to take a donut, I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to run the top around, lift it up, put it right here on my tray. I'll do another one, wiggle it around, let it drain off a little bit, right here on my tray. These are going to be absolutely to die for. So later on tonight, after dinner, I'll probably fix a pot of coffee. I'm one of those strange people that can drink a cup of coffee and get the best night's sleep ever. I know some people that can't have coffee past 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll go out to dinner with friends sometime, and we're finished eating and we've had everything we want, and I'll say, you know what, I think I want a cup of coffee. And they look at me and they said, are you crazy? You go drink coffee now? I said, yeah, that way surely I'll get to sleep. Okay, we got one more to do. Okay, and there we go. They're all ready. That icing will set up on them. And let me get a knife and we'll cut one open. Okay, I'm just going to grab one right here and we're just going to cut it. Look at all the blueberries. And of course, this will be better once the icing sets up. Got a big blueberry first thing off. Really good. Most of the ingredients you should have in your house. You might not have blueberries, but everything else you should have. So try these. Thank you for following me on Facebook and subscribing to me on YouTube. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your support. You're my lifeline, and you're helping me grow every day, and I appreciate that. Until next time, this is Jim in Mexico saying give yourself a great big hug, because I'm sending you a big hug, and God bless.